Good evening to all of you unwashed masses. It is Wednesday, and that means it is the Greg Cherry Show. Substituting for Greg Cherry, I am Damian Gregdow, your host, alongside Big Baller Jedi. What's up?
Nothing much. I'm glad to be back on. It's been a couple weeks. Had a lot going on. Other than that, I am ready to do this thing.
I know. I'm excited to talk to you. I know it was last week, but the Steelers were off, so we still get to talk about them. So I'm really excited about that. I'm looking forward to all the football talk. We got big wrestling news that happened we found that out today that we'll cover in the football and wrestling discussion. As always, we have the weird state laws for the state of Connecticut, ironically, a very heavy wrestling state. And we got the Wednesday Q&A, as always. So I'm going to go back a week in time to your experience at the Steelers-Seahawks Sunday night game.
Yes.
So you'll have to explain to me, because I covered how crazy of an ending that was. We'll get to that in a bit. How was your experience at the game otherwise?
Well, it was very fun for being my first Steelers game. My buddy, he got us really, really good seats towards the end zone, which was awesome. The atmosphere in Heinz Field was amazing. Everybody was cool. I mean, from start to finish, I mean, the place was never quiet for one moment. It was different. It was awesome. Being there, seeing Big Ben in person and Najee Harris and all them, and before the game, seeing Boswell practicing field goals and whatnot, and Russell Wilson was out there before the game, and he was signing autographs for people and stuff like that. But yeah, it was very cool. The game was very good, as you saw it. That one play where the Seahawks player got hurt, that was towards the end of the fourth quarter. I think it was like 3 minutes and like 10 seconds left or something like that in the fourth. And God almighty. Being my first game, I was like, all right, the game will be over at 12 o'clock. No. Let's go into overtime. That was that was a BS call to begin with.
Oh yeah, the deciding to go back a play, and I mean, whether or not they had a second or not,
right?
I mean, I guess I shouldn't say it was
irrelevant. The time had run out too, which when the time runs out, that should be it. No go. Okay, let's call the play back, and we'll give them an extra 3 seconds to.
The fact that if they would have reviewed the spike play, that would have been one thing. But they went back and reviewed the catch and fumble, which shouldn't have happened because the next play had been run.
All right,
that was a serious Bottlegate situation getting ready to happen if it would have screwed the Steelers over.
Yeah.
Fortunately, TJ Watt, pay that man his money, as Teddy KGB said in Rounders. He forced that fumble, and Boswell kicking the game winner.
Yeah, it was after I tell you, I was on the edge of my seat that whole overtime. Literally, I mean, back and forth. I was like, holy crap. And, we got like you said, that forced fumble, TJ Watt, and Boswell kicking that field goal. And it was very, very awesome. And then we had a bye week this week, which I think we really needed just to rest up.
Ta-da!
Look who's here.
All right, so I was told by the boss I had to have Halloween costume. So I am a guy who just got off the cruise ship wearing a Halloween mask, hat. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So we might as well get into it because it is technically wrestling related because it was the Jericho Cruise.
Yes.
You sound hoarse.
I am hoarse, very much so.
But how was it? You got to meet Kate, which that was pretty cool.
Which was so cool, and I can't thank you enough for that connection. That was so just random that you happen to, instead of DMing me, you actually put it on Twitter. Hey, go tell her I said hi. Okay. So I walked down the stairs onto the next deck, and there she was. She was so sweet. We did record a podcast or interview up in the, I keep forgetting the damn name of the Irish restaurants, and it's bugging me. I keep forgetting the name of the restaurant, but anyway, we recorded it. It's got some issues as far as the lighting because I wanted the ocean behind us because it's such a beautiful backdrop. But as you guys know, I mean, you can tell right over here how big of a bitch the sun is when you're trying to have something behind you. So, you know, I'm working on it. Yes, I sound hoarse, but if you saw, I wasn't talking wrestling. It was live with Jeff Meacham yesterday. But if you saw that or the NXT Halloween Havoc review, you know that I was up for over 50 hours between Saturday and Monday. So that's why my voice is gone.
Yowzas.
Because I woke up Saturday morning around 11 a.m. after being out later than I mean, you're on a cruise. Who cares about how late you're out, right?
Right.
But got up Saturday to help with some setup stuff for Paradise Kitty and ended up just kind of going on through the night. The reason I was up late Saturday night, as I said yesterday on the show, you figure, okay, we had the Paradise Kitty's dinner show was like 5:45 Saturday night. So we did the meet and greet for that. We did the sound check. We did the show. And then I went to another wrestling little card out on the pool deck. Then I went to a comedy show that featured Cole Cabana and Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy emceeing things. And let me put it this way. If you didn't watch yesterday's shows of mine, Mr. Ass Billy Gunn is now Mr. Cock. And I'll leave it at that. If you don't want to go on the cruise ship, and yeah, Mad Libs are a MF. I'll tell you that right now. Mad Libs are not Billy Gunn's friend because it's either he's Mr. Cock or he's part of the Smoking Dildos. And I'll leave that at that right there with the Mad Libs shenanigans. But so that went until I want to say midnight because that one little part of the show, it felt like it was 6 hours. And I even told Colt later, I'm like, dude, the payoff did not feel like it was going to be worth it, but it was worth it because the basic setup of the comedy show was, you know, the bit was we were going to do an homage to Billy Gunn's career, and they brought Billy's kids out, the gun club out. And they said he's old. He's not going to come out here. He's already in REM sleep. You got a REM sleep. You got to let him be. We banished those kids away. Said go wake him up. They came back holding their butts. He spanked us because we will get him out of REM sleep. He comes in wearing a little bitty headset like he'd actually been asleep. It was so funny. And Colton goes, rather than us read you your story, how would you like to read your own life story as we've homaged it for you, Billy? He goes, yeah, absolutely. He gets handed the paper, and he knows the bit. He knows what's going to happen, right? But he gets handed the paper, and he goes, oh, shit. There is no way I'm going to be able to get through this because there's so much. Dude, we just roasted him alive. It was so fun. So that went into going upstairs, to karaoke. And, Greg, you'll appreciate this on more than one level. It was memorial karaoke in honor of Pat Patterson.
Mm.
How do I miss that? How do I not go to that, right?
Right.
By the grace of God, I didn't sing because I'd probably be more hoarse now than I would. And plus, I probably would have scared the few children that were actually on the ship. I would have scared them for life. But in the process of that went until, I want to say I was in that room until about 1:45, 2 o'clock. And then I kind of followed the trail downstairs to the casino. And it was that point I saw Orange Cassidy at the blackjack tables. I figured, okay, I'm going to be at his meet and greet in the morning because he's going to be in the same room to meet Britt Baker and the Gun Club and Chaos Project, Luther and Serpentico. I had gotten a picture with, earlier in the day. I had a little selfie thing or whatever, so that was fine. So I figured, okay, I'll wait till OC goes to bed. When he goes to bed, I'll go. But that way, we'll be in the same room anyway. It'll be no problem. Black craps for him. It turned out we were both in the casino till 5 a.m. Okay. So 5 a.m. for him is better than for me because he's a little bit younger than me, I guess. So I dragged my happy ass up to the room. Probably time I got the room was about 5:15. I'm like, I got to be down there at 6 to start helping. I literally had time for the basic body S's, shower, shave, and then I had to go downstairs and eat. And yeah, so that went into Sunday. And then Sunday I was just up all night because it was last night. You don't want to go to bed. It's last night. You don't want to admit the thing that your party's over, your day's over, whatever. And ended up going up to Paradise Kitty's rooms for a while and just kind of BS and talked and all the craziness that's gone on in our lives over the years. I mean, Greg knows, being a fan of mine for so long, how far back Jenna and I go. It was really cool to have that part. And I finally have updated Paradise Kitty merchandise. I've actually bought this on the ship itself. I actually bought this there because I couldn't resist the tagline. It made me roll over with laughter. The shirts, I don't know how that happened, but they managed to be the one group that didn't buy or bring along shirts above XL. Not gonna happen. So my Paradise Kitty shirt with the I guess for lack of a better term, the cat skull logo is waiting for me down in Long Beach when I get down there. So that's why I'm hoarse, because I basically spent more time doing this, talking. The only time I actually sang or screamed or whatever it was when Paradise Kitty was doing their Guns N' Roses set, of course, and Jenna pulled Jericho on stage to sing "Sweet Child of Mine," which was just amazing to hear. I do have the video. I'm trying, again, editing that. I thought I screwed it up. I guess it's just my ears are tuned to realize I suck. It actually didn't turn out that bad. So I'm trying to get that one up shortly, but we'll see how it goes.
Nice.
All right. I do want to interrupt. Yeah, insane. Before we get into more football talk, which is funny because we don't have a whole lot to talk about because both the Steelers and the Cowboys were on bye this week.
Yes.
So
thank God for that.
Hello, Adam Pearson. This video is monetized.
It was so funny to see. I got a message from David Diaz while I was out there. He tagged another cruise attendee and me on the same tag, and it's like I'm gonna be far closer to David than I'm gonna be ever, because we're out there in the ocean. I'm not close to Gibraltar or where Adam Pearson is or anything like that. So it was really weird to be closer to pretty much everybody in the circle than I usually am. And it was kind of a weird feeling to be close to you guys and close to them. And it was, like I said, I think I told either Big G or you, I couldn't remember, Greg, I've never been more happy to be tired of my life.
All right. Well, before we get to that, Brett Storm, as he always does,
as he do,
send us a spin. And Brett, I will be seeing you. I'm trying to think why I scheduled your match. Oh, I don't think I wrote it down. I don't think I confirmed with you, Steve. Anyway, your match will happen soon. I think we pushed it till after my birthday.
Okay.
So Brett donated. We're gonna get the spin up. It's nice to be back in my studio, like after the last couple weeks. Like,
right,
doing the one outside was fine. Doing the one in the hallway was kind of tough. Although the Goldberg entrance totally worked in the hallway.
Yeah. The hallway thing was what it was. But like you said, when he asked for a Goldberg entrance, okay, well that's perfect because the door's right there.
Yeah.
I will say this. I did announce this yesterday, Greg. I'll go ahead and. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was.
Oh, okay.
Saying it unintentionally worked.
Jeff, you said, "Show me your kitties." Here's the kitty.
Nice. That's a great pop. That's great because you show me the actual kitty in person, I'll get allergic and die. So that's cool. That'll work.
I'm thankful you didn't do that when you were here and you saw our cat. So.
Well, like I said, at that point, Greg, you remember I've been working with Aaron for such a long time and living with JJ. The cat allergy just kind of like worked itself out of my system. Once I left both places prominently, as far as like not hanging out with Aaron in person and not living with JJ, it's come back like a mutt. I'll tell you that right now. It's awful.
I get it. I have to live with it every day. All right, Brett, here we go.
Are you allergic to cats?
What's that?
What? So wait a minute. You're allergic to cats?
I'm allergic to like cat and dog hair.
Whoa!
Like I had to get.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Let's get the spin wheeling.
Yes, gotta get some wheel spinning going on.
Spin the wheel, make the deal.
It was a bad show last night.
We got cut a promo.
Cut a promo on me. Come on, do it.
Oh, you want us to cut a promo on you? All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
uh,
Promo's gonna be hard for me with my voice, so I'll let Greg do the speaking stuff this week.
All right. Big Baller G. Let me tell you something. I heard at a very specific event that you are a brilliant wrestling trivia mind. I think you know which one I'm talking about. I'm talking about your reception, brother. But you didn't acknowledge the greatest wrestling trivia mind ever. Now, I know that event wasn't about me, but still, I'm like Roman Reigns. You got to acknowledge me because I, Greg Cherry, the wrestling trivia intellectual savior of the masses, you're welcome, is the greatest wrestling trivia mind ever.
Nice.
And we got from Domestic Butler. I can't see the super sticker on StreamYard. I don't know. I might have to go to the YouTubes to figure that one out.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, honestly. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I don't think. Yeah, me neither.
But I do want to bring up something from this past weekend. The Bengals done whooped on the Ravens.
Boy, did they ever.
Yes, yes, they did.
You know, it's funny seeing the Bengals at the top of the division at 4-1, just like the Cowboys. They're 4-1 right now. And like,
what?
Well, are they 4-1 or are they 5-2? Like,
Bengals are 5-2. So are the Ravens, right?
Yeah, the Ravens are 5-2.
Right.
So
Cowboys
like
are
the
5-1, I
AFC
think, also. So
yeah, 5-1.
North is going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, it is.
The AFC North is going to be an absolute dogfight. Like, it's going to be intense the entire way through. And we got the Browns of this week.
Yeah, we got the Browns. Yep. And I hear some revenge coming their way.
Well, here's the
I
thing.
hear an ass whooping coming their way, I should say.
Yeah, if they start Baker Mayfield, they're stupid. I don't care if he's ready or not. Like the injuries that he suffered, if he starts, he gonna die.
Yeah, he is.
For his health, he should not start. Again, not my call, but there you go. We appreciate that donation, the Domestic Butler. Appreciate it.
Yes.
And he also has a wrestling question for you, which he said he was heading to bed soon, so we'll address it now as opposed to the Q&A.
Right.
If Money in the Bank was around during the Attitude Era, essentially 97, 98, and 99, who would you have win it each year and why? 97. Probably not Austin because of the injury he suffered at SummerSlam.
Right, okay. I would go with The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock would probably have won it one year.
I would say if The Rock's trajectory stays the same and he loses the Intercontinental title to Owen Hart, have Money in the Bank be in the summer like it is now. I mean, heel Rocky Maivia morph into The Rock would be perfect.
Mm-hmm. And 99 would be Triple H.
Yeah. And what about 98?
Yeah, 98.
98 would probably be The Rock. 97 would.
Okay.
97, we might throw a little wrench in the program here. I like Adam Pearson's idea of Owen Hart.
I didn't even see that. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I can see that. Because he was the Intercontinental Champion in 97, right? At one point?
Yep,
yeah.
A couple times.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
well, there you go.
So maybe instead of winning it, okay, again, we talk about pulling one thread, the whole sweater comes apart. If he doesn't wrestle Austin at SummerSlam and he's the Money in the Bank, then a lot of things change. But I wouldn't mind those things changing because that means Austin doesn't get hurt, and that means Owen, gets showcased. Adam, again, like I like Adam Pearson's thing about Mankind, Mick Foley, but
it's not a bad shout, honestly.
Yeah, if Rock's Money in the Bank, which he was anyway, let's not kid ourselves, in 98, but I think it'd be cool to have, the same type of thing go to, do like a Sheamus type thing where there's a tournament after the vacancy the crowd favorite wins, and then Rock comes in and ruins everybody's friggin' night with the Money in the Bank cash in.
Timmy also asked who am I dressed as. I'm gonna zoom in on all of us so we can see a little bit better.
Oh, scary thought. Hang on.
Hold on. Here we go.
Yeesh.
I'm Damian Gregdow.
Tremendous. I'm literally wearing my crew. I'm a Jericho Cruise attendee.
And as Greg said, big baller Jedi. Or you could go Undertaker.
See, the funny thing is, like, speaking of the Undertaker and speaking of this robe, go check out my TikTok because I did a full-blown Undertaker entrance, lighting and everything.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
It was very awesome.
On TikTok.
I don't know. We're light years beyond the professor, though. He got that drip god going on right now. His latest one, Seth Rollins.
I told him too on Twitter, like Rollins was literally the next entrance I was gonna do, and then he posted, I was like, "Damn it!"
Right? Pearson, you're awful. We love you.
He said Kerwin White.
Kerwin White.
Kerwin White's
a sweater vest and racist. So no, I will not do that ever.
Oh my god!
Oh, that was great. It's like, yeah, it's a sweater vest. Oh, and it's racist. There's JD's next shirt. It's racist. Instead of it's daytime Eric or that's great. That's awesome.
Demonetized. Thanks, Adam.
That's it. Yeah.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
We're done. This is the last show we ever do. Thank you. Good night.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yes, go to sleep, dude. It's freaking like after almost 1 a.m.
Right.
God bless you, Domestic Butler.
I mean, it's the same for Brett and Adam, too. I mean, they're over there.
All right. Where the hell were we again?
What's that?
Oh, I don't know if you guys mentioned this before I came in. Did anybody talk about the Tennessee versus Kansas City game?
No, we have not. Yeah, the Chiefs.
What in the hell?
I don't know what's going on with Kansas City.
It got worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mahomes cleared concussion protocols. I think he's good to go. But
he got hit in the head pretty hard.
He did. He got a freaking knee to the head.
A Mandy Rose kind of knee to the head.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
good for Mandy last night, by the way.
Yeah, good on Mandy becoming the NXT Women's Champion.
I said it last night talking with Aaron. If the whole 2.0 thing was a reboot, I think we're going to 2.01 tomorrow next week because like every title change that was available to change except the world titles. So whole new reset button again for that brand. Hopefully it works out.
You don't have to leave, Adam, unless you're tired. Then I would.
If you're tired, go sleep. Yeah, by all means. Jeez.
Yeah. You don't have to stay up for our account, but we appreciate you being here.
Yes.
But yeah, I was obviously I was not watching the game because I was running around like a chicken with his head cut off on Sunday. But yeah, every time I walked by the sports bar, I didn't know anything about injuries or whatever, but it just kept getting uglier and uglier. And the Chiefs just did not. Again, if you have Mahomes go down, I didn't know about that going into the discussion just now.
It was very late in the game though. Like it
okay.
It wasn't like a first.
He's been sloppy this whole year though.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's funny. I was talking with somebody on the ship, and they made a very good point. It's not so much that Mahomes is sloppy; it's that people have now had 2 full seasons to get tape on his butt. So now they know what. And by contrast, the Chiefs and Mahomes have not altered their path enough to counter the counters. So they're left standing with their hands in their crotch, going, what now? So. That's why, from my view, anyway.
And the Cardinals keep trucking; they're undefeated.
Yep.
Seriously, man.
The Bears look. I honestly feel bad for Bears fans. I really do.
Right? Like almost.
Oh my gosh! Like I know G and I used to make fun of Browns fans for years because of how terrible they are. Like Bears fans, it's just kind of depressing.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I don't know what's going on with Chicago.
Are the Lions still winning?
Winless, yeah, they lost to the Rams on Sunday.
Oof.
Yep. Yeah, they're going for that Jets Jacksonville sympathy toward the end of the year.
They're going for the 07-08 record. Well, it was 0-16. Now they're going for 0-17. It's like, hey, we were the first to do it. We're going to be the first to beat 0-17. So, ha!
That's right. Damn it.
And who do they face this coming week? Philadelphia. You know what? They might have.
They might have a winning chance.
Yeah.
As they say, any given Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll tell you what, if they beat Philadelphia, I will buy their team hat, because anybody that beats Philadelphia is all right in my book.
There you go.
You're going to buy yourself a Jared Goff jersey just because they beat Philadelphia.
Right? No kidding. I will, but it's funny. Somebody talk about how bad, and I don't know why I went from here to there, but or there to here, I should say. One of the things on the ship was Family Feud. It was Team Jericho versus Team Angle. What's so funny is only one of actual Jericho's family members besides himself was in the group, and that was his father, Ted Irvin, who was the nicest dude on the ship besides my dad, for real. He was so cool. Every time Angle's team got the round wrong or the answer wrong, the crowd would go, "You suck," and he would just like eat it up like, "Yep, that's right. I'm Kurt Angle. I still got my chant."
Yeah.
Awesome. He's so nice, by the way. I feel like it's a talk at more than a little hello briefly. I did a Booker's Pocket a few years ago. Man, you Pittsburghers, you got Kurt Angle as your guy for real. Like he was so nice. His wife was so sweet. Such a cool time.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Clarion graduates are just like that. Which they, by the way, this is just like news that's kind of important to like the Western Pennsylvanians and stuff. They combined like Clarion and a couple other universities to like one conglomerate university. It's the weirdest thing ever.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, they literally just did it. The name change takes place next year. I think they're calling it Pennsylvania Western University, which is it's so freaking generic. And it's like,
right.
Okay.
EWU. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, also another contemporary of Greg's had big news while I was gone, but I did hear the news on the ship. Did you talk about that yet?
Which stuff? You didn't miss much, honestly, in the beginning.
Okay, good. So Corey Graves and Carmella are officially engaged.
Yes.
Oh, right.
So that's you know what? It's funny. You can hear the reaction permeate through the cruise ship. It's like, why is he still getting hate? Like it kind of thing kind of is what it is, and they're happy for God. God forbid people be happy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm happy for Lee. I'm happy for Matt. I'm happy for all of them. It was awesome to see. It was really cool.
I do want to talk about this because this, as I mentioned, was news that broke today. Rutrow, and that was my tweet that I put out there because Rutrow spells RUHROH, and Ring of Honor just decided to go and release freaking everybody.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see this?
They decided.
Yeah.
They decided to take a hiatus kind of to get their stuff together. And their last pay-per-view final battle, I want to say December, which is actually in Baltimore. They said they need to take time away and pretty much refocus and try to, I don't want to say rebrand, but like I said, pretty much to get their stuff together. And I guess they decided to release everybody, and they once if their contract expires in March, there you go. Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I'm not sure if like it's an official shutdown, if it's just a delay thing.
It's a delay, I think.
Okay. Well, as of right now, but fortunately, they're not pulling a Lucha Underground. Let's say that.
Right.
For those of us familiar with that contract situation.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
I'm sorry.
So if Ring of Honor does not return, think of the free agent pool that exists. You have Jay Lethal, you have Jonathan Gresham, you have the women's champion Roxy, which they literally just crowned women's champion. Like they just did it.
JJ, I just saw your messages. Greg, do you want to over the thing here?
What's that?
I said I had the press release. It's in picture form. You want to kind of overlay it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So those of you who didn't see this, apparently this was released this morning. And if you're blind like me, I'll go ahead and read it for you. It says, throughout the pandemic, our top priority was to keep everyone healthy and safe. And despite not producing any live events over 18 months, we were able to keep everyone fully contracted. We now find ourselves at a time where we need to make changes to our business operations and are planning to pivot for Ring of Honor with a new mission and strategy. The year will culminate in the final battle in December, and we will be taking the first quarter of 2022 to work internally to reimagine ROH. Our Ring of Honor has the most dedicated fans in the industry, and we appreciate their loyalty and patience as we reconceptualize ROH. We anticipate returning live events in April for the Supercard of Honor with a new fan-focused product and provide a unique experience for wrestling fans. And there's the Ring of Honor logo at the bottom there. So I'll have to go back and look at all the releases, but from what you're talking, that's bonkers.
Yeah, well, the Briscoes, they just won the GCW tag team title. I was going to say, they might be there.
I was wondering if there was more to it than that. Obviously, there was.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the writing was on the wall and everybody knew about it before they released it to the public. So, and they didn't want to say anything until the press release got out there.
Right. Greg, you and I talked about this, I think, a couple weeks ago when we talked about the scandals and whatnot, or whatever you're talking about. Man, that company has just not gotten a break when it comes to people in the upper management departments. Just can't keep their noses clean. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And it's just, and now the roster is gonna, either suffer, being, released, or and the company's just a complete mess. And they're not wrong. The ROH fans, remember, Greg will remember, I don't know how long you've been watching this, G, but when we first debuted the podcast on NoDQ.com, which was actually Monday, was 19 years. I talked about that with Aaron yesterday. Ring of Honor was still simmering and hadn't boiled yet on the pot. TNA only boiled because it was TNA and freaking they had, all the crazy talent that they had. But Ring of Honor really was the alternative super indie.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
They were like PWG became later. They're kind of like what they accuse of AEW being now. Like everybody who's anybody in independent wrestling is now either in NXT or more so now in AEW also. Oh, we have a spin. Here we go.
We do have a spin.
Spin the wheel, make the deal.
Yes. It's very fitting since last night was Halloween Havoc.
Right.
We do spin the wheel, make the deal. Hopefully it's not truth or dare because
oh my God, I remember me and Greg did that.
Yeah, one of these days I'm going to not be scared shitless to do the dare of truth or dare.
Well, yeah, but if you do truth, then I had to tell a story about the cruise and I can't tell. I'm in trouble. So.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. I thought I was going to land on bankrupt again, Brett, but no.
Dance break. Just as bad.
Do we all have to do it?
I'm not dancing. Have that.
You have to dance. It's part of the rules.
I will not. I could refuse to conform, damn it.
I got to find I'm going to find some generic music because the last time I did the Carlton, I got flagged from YouTube.
Oh.
So, I mean, it didn't affect my account or anything. It's just one of those things where they didn't care for that. Generic dance music. So we don't even have to stand up or anything. I'm not going to stand up.
Oh, is Brett the one who donated again?
Yes, it was Brett.
Oh, okay.
So thank you very much.
I swear, with all donations, he might as well just donate the 100 and challenge as much as he's donated. Seriously.
Well, he's in the tournament, so
Hey, he can go.
Brett is honestly like knowing what I know about Brett is a favorite
True.
to win the thing, which is saying a lot considering we got Cass in there, we got Tempest in there, we got K-Zone in there. Of course, Cass and K-Zone are facing each other in the first round. We got a lot of heavy hitters like Brandon Rutledge, Michael Turner's in there. So many good people. So I'm gonna play something called generic club music. So we're going to dance like it's
1999.
Yeah, something like that.
We are the whitest people in the history of YouTube, and that's all right. There we go.
Dance break.
Oh my god!
There you go.
Oh geez, that's good.
The laziest dance break I've ever done, but also a copyright safe one. So there you go. And Brett says he'll donate the 100 if I need to, if he needs to. He wants that opportunity. And
get together.
All right, so we are going to talk. We covered the ROH thing. I don't think there's anything else to cover in football. Notre Dame beat USC. Haha. So go Irish. I know you don't
USC. Really.
I know you don't care. If Ruben was watching, he would care because he's a USC player.
Right.
But I think we covered that last year with the trivia match. Because
okay, I've got that shirt tucked away here, but it's worse off than this one.
I had to take it off. It was starting to get warm.
Oh,
that's okay. I actually brought that shirt on the cruise with me.
I'll be
there 5 minutes.
I'll be CM Punk.
CM Punk crying fan guy.
There you go. No lie. I got up Saturday to go out on the into the shore, the port. Wore it for about 5 minutes. Like, yep, muggy plus white shirt equals ugly. Go back inside, change shirt. It was sticking to me within 5 minutes. I'm like, nope.
Yikes.
Yeah, that was the one weather thing. I mean, it rained the last night, so it kind of made for an interesting challenge of pulling off the wrestling and the cars and everything. But man, is it muggy in that Atlantic Ocean, boy. Woo-hoo.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's gonna.
That's too funny.
We covered most of the football stories.
Yeah, I'm ready for weird law.
Yeah, we can talk about. The Cowboys face the Vikings. They should win that one. We're facing the Browns. That should be tough. We'll cover that next week for my birthday week stream. That'll be a fun one, and I'll be dressed in normal clothes. So yay! We are going to talk.
Always good,
Yeah, we're going to talk about some weird laws. I do real quickly want to plug that I am filming the very first match of the WTC tournament tomorrow, and that's going to air next Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern, same time slot that Jack of All Trades normally airs. Or I guess when WTC. Cool. So look out for that. So many great names. I did have to make a substitution in the tournament today. I'll address that when we get to that match.
Okay.
But tune in next Thursday. It's going to be Chris LaBelle going one-on-one with the reigning defending Quizlemania champion Tempest. That is going to be the opening match of the tournament. So I'm looking very much forward to that one. No offense to Chris. My money's on Tempest.
And he's mad also because of the Jack of All Trades. So he's double motivated.
Yeah, he did not care for that Wheel of Fortune round at all.
No, well, neither did I, quite frankly. So the fact that it won me the game, I don't like to say Jack.
Got it.
It was a rough round for everybody. So
you actually did very well. You didn't need that many letters to solve the puzzle. Of course, your puzzle might have been the easiest one. But. Especially knowing me, like you got the one that had to do with Sasha.
Right.
All right, let's get into some weird Connecticut laws.
Well, should we? I mean, is G done playing with his kitty?
Nope.
I call. Now I'm an asshole. Cool. All right, good enough.
The first weird law out of Connecticut.
Oh boy.
You can be stopped by the police for biking over 65 miles an hour.
You would have to be fast to do 65 miles per hour.
You have to be going downhill.
65, I'm stopping to give you a praise. Like the hell with the ticket.
I mean, if you're biking like on a bicycle, not a motorcycle, going 65 miles an hour, I mean, you deserve either a standing ovation or like you need to be bubble wrapped because you stop, you dead.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, going 65. If you can go 65 on a bike, you need to be drug tested when you get back to the jail. Make sure you're not just on.
Right.
But PEDs are a thing, guys. Jiminy crickets.
I have no idea what this has to do with Connecticut specifically, but
Uh-oh.
in order for a pickle to officially be considered a pickle, it must bounce.
Say that again.
Okay.
I know I heard that wrong, I think.
You might not have heard it wrong, but in order for a pickle to officially be considered a pickle, it must bounce.
Yeah, okay, I heard it right.
You heard it right. For this
what?
segment, you have to know if you think you hear things wrong, chances are you don't, and it's really obscure.
So my question at this point, 2 questions in, is WWE writing staff writing the legislature of Connecticut?
Right.
I mean, they may have some power there. You never know.
What else the hell is there to do there up there anyway?
Probably nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it reminds me of the old Jim Cornette quote, where he had to move from Tennessee to Connecticut as like trading a Hawaiian vacation for a bed in a cancer ward.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Jesus. Seriously, they had the Hartford Whalers, and then they moved to frickin' Carolina. So there you go. Anyway.
Next up, it is illegal to dispose of used razor blades. Well, then what the hell are you supposed to do with them?
Take them to WWE headquarters and clean them up and get them sterilized. And there you go. You're all set.
There you go.
Make a bunch of Razor Ramon gear with them. I don't know.
Oh, I was thinking for gig purposes, but yours is much cleaner and more sanitary than mine. So okay, we'll go with that.
In Hartford, Connecticut, you aren't allowed to cross a street while walking on your hands. I don't know why you would want to attempt that.
Right.
I mean, again, this just reeks of WWE writing staff just at those desks. I'm telling you. Okay, let's see how stupid we can get before they realize who's really doing these things.
Yeah, it's just going to be a vignette of somebody doing really stupid things and then debuting their gimmick, and all they do is really stupid things.
So Tommy Dreamer. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, I was going to say 2003 Tommy Dreamer. Awesome.
Or 2021 Tommy Dreamer.
Oof.
I went there. Also in Hartford. F this law. It is illegal for a man to kiss his wife on Sunday. F that law.
Yeah,
I will kiss my wife whenever I want.
Well, we're not moving to Hartford, Connecticut.
Right.
Yep.
So what you do then, Greg, you fly up there, you go to Titan Tower, you have Vince and Linda come join you on a balcony and just start making out with your wives just to piss government off, just because.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Why would I want to have a makeout session across from Vince and Linda McMahon?
Just to say you did it? Why not?
Why? No.
If Vince
I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that if it was Stephanie and Triple H or Shane and Marissa. I wouldn't want to do that with any of the McMahons. If I'm going to kiss my wife, it's going to be in the private, just the two of us. It's not a kissing orgy that's going to happen in Titan Towers. What the hell are you? No.
That escalated way too fast. Wait a minute.
All right.
This segment does that.
In a hurry here. Wait a minute. Jesus.
She's in her.
Also in Hartford, you aren't allowed, I read that one already. You may not educate dogs.
What?
Oh, that's just cruel.
That's stupid. You have to train your dogs.
Yeah.
Right.
Or maybe it's you can't like teach them math or something.
Well, if they want to use math, have Braun Breaker teach it for them to him.
Yeah, he grew up with some good
right on your
some good math skills.
By the way, totally off topic. Denise Salcedo's Scott Steiner math read on her show yesterday was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Did you see her like new show intro on Instagram? It got stuck in my head. Damn it, Denise.
It's terrible. It's
not terrible. It's not terrible.
No.
It's catchy. It gets stuck in your head.
Oh, it's great. I'm saying it's terrible that it gets stuck in your head so easy. That's what's terrible about it. But it's great. And yeah, it's just we can't praise her enough on any of our channels. She's wonderful.
Yeah. And she'll be a guest on this show in 2024 when her schedule finally clears up.
That's it. I'm kidding.
Book her now.
That's it. Greg Terry brand.
In New Britain, Connecticut.
Oh boy.
It is illegal. It is illegal for fire trucks to exceed 25 miles an hour, even when going to a fire.
That's bullshit. That's terrible.
What? Yeah, that is a terrible law.
Well, sorry guys, we couldn't put the fire out because
sorry. I mean, you guys, you burned alive because we couldn't go over 25 miles an hour. The law says so.
I wonder if New Britain is like a small town in Connecticut. It has to be.
It has to be.
Because it has to be like a small, like a.
But that's what those damn loud sirens are for, to let you know that a fire truck is coming and it's going to a fire, or like an ambulance or any of that. Like that's what they're for.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Get it together, New Britain.
That's right. Or better yet, go back to Britain to be done with it. Get the hell out of our country.
Right, New Britain.
In Rocky Hill, Connecticut,
okay,
an arcade may not have more than a total of 4 amusement devices, such as ping pong tables, pinball machines, or shuffleboard tables.
What? I'm actually okay with that one. And I only say that because, hang on, hear me out. Depending on the size of the arcade, if you've got a full shuffleboard and a full ping pong table, that takes up a good chunk of your space. If you got a large arcade, then yeah, you're a dick for doing that. But if you got a smaller arcade, great example, Greg, you've been at Six Flags out here, but when I ran the arcade Six Flags Magic Mountain, those arcades weren't much bigger than my office altogether. So having all the little freaking the case games, the actual arcade games, you got tightened in there pretty here. So you have a full shuffleboard and a full ping pong table, you're having to pay more to the rent space. That's the thing in the bottom line. Again, I'm freaking dissecting a weird law on the weird law segment, which is very odd for me. But having done this, I can see why they said that. But if you have a bigger arcade, then you're just a dick for not having more stuff to do.
Yeah, if it's a space issue, that's one thing.
Right.
But like if you have like this giant ass arcade and it's just empty and all you have is like 4 machines for people to use, like, what's the point? Yeah. Or I guess just move out of Rocky Hill.
Well, that's also an easy solution. Let's get the hell out of that back at Bass Ackworth City. I mean, there you go. You're good to go.
In Southington, Connecticut, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Silly string is banned.
Shoot that. F that. Shoot them.
All right.
Firing squad with silly string.
In Waterbury, Connecticut, it is illegal for any beautician to hum, whistle, or sing while working on a customer.
I'm not okay. So my question is, and again, it always comes back to this question: how many times did this happen where the job went south before it became a law? Like, who's doing that while they're doing their cosmetology so much that they're distracted and they ruin somebody's hair or whatever? Like, that's ridiculous.
I'm really not sure the answer to that because
Yeah.
as long as I've been going to get my haircut and stuff, okay, good. The gel is hardened. I mentioned to G earlier. I have so much gel in my hair to pull off the Sandow hairstyle.
Oh, yeah.
Because I looked at myself, I looked very unkempt. I was like, nah, Sandow has like the slicked back hair and all that stuff, so I had to do that. So you get to see my 7 head. But yeah, it's never been an issue, like hearing beauticians or cosmetologists or whatever you want to call them sing or hum or anything. That they normally just talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine when I was getting my haircut before, the dark times set in on my head. I would always talk with my stylist as because she's a wonderful person, right? She does volunteer to this day. She's great, but I never had an issue with anybody in the room singing or if they're dancing and they're like this to their singing, that can cause a problem for sure.
Yeah, like if they're bouncing around, sure.
Right.
But one of the things is like whenever I go to a cosmetologist, like I don't say a word because I'm just like haircuts are therapeutic for me and it's weird.
Right.
But like I just get to relax and just like just take it all in. Like it's
right. Take it in, man.
I guess that's like the feeling that people would have going to a spa or something, but
definitely. I've done both, so it definitely correlates for sure.
Okay, let me look for one good one because there aren't as many in Connecticut as there are in other states.
Well, yeah, it's true.
Let's do this one last. In Guilford, Connecticut, only white Christmas lights are allowed for display.
That's profiling, and profiling is wrong.
I just say it's bullshit because colored lights are better.
Right.
Like who just wants white Christmas lights? Get those colored lights out. Have some fun. Don't be like it's not the 1950s. Get different lights.
He's talking to you, Colleen.
Oh,
is she a white light person?
Yes. Big G is canceled.
See, Jen's a colored light person, so I agree with her.
That was tremendous.
So that's not a fight in our house.
I like colored lights.
Oh, that's too funny. All right. Let's go. It is time for the Q&A, right, Greg? Am I right there?
That is, you are correct, sir. Double checking.
No. Well, I like the first question I see on the list. I'll go ahead and throw that up there while Greg is doing what he's doing over there. And that question will be.
I figured it would be.
I mean, Halloween's this weekend, so it has to be that question, right? So. I mean, everybody knows my answer, right? So if either one of you want to answer something that might or may not be different, by all means.
Obviously the Halloween movies, horror movies, but on Halloween, probably Hocus Pocus.
Oh, there you go.
Hocus Pocus.
See, prior to this year, Jen and I had a tradition of watching Halloween Wars. Like the entire season, like just binging the whole season and doing that and having some pizza. But now they've screwed up like this season of Halloween Wars to the point where it's unwatchable. Right. So like we have to find something else to watch. I'm not a horror movie person, so like any of the Halloween franchise, any of that, never seen it, don't plan to.
I did watch the new Halloween Kills there, Jeff. It was pretty good.
Good. It's funny. I feel bad about canceling the panel and everything, but it was just. Oh,
no, you're fine. You know what? With Halloween Ends coming out next year,
right?
I figured, and I don't want to get into it here, but I'm not one who's gonna rank my Halloween movies.
Yeah. I hope to God I'll have to reformat that because that was ugly in a hurry.
James, Boston Punk says, here's my question. Can you say one nice thing about Boston? Sasha Banks is great. So next up.
Anyway.
Take it.
Honestly, let me say this. James is cool because he's been patient as hell with me. Those 3 shirts are still sitting in that box waiting to mail to his damn house. And I'm amazed
he still watches my show as much trash as I talk about. Boston.
And you know what? I wouldn't talk near as much about Boston and New England as a rule if they would just fire that sorry piece of shit Belichick already. Like, for real, I'd be so much better if they got rid of his damn ass.
You know what? He might not be that far off. I mean, considering how the Patriots season is going. I think they won on Sunday, though.
They did.
But the problem is, though, he's also the GM. So the ownership has to put their foot down and stop being wusses about it and get rid of him.
Well, that's a Kraft call. I don't think he's going to do it. So
no, of course, I don't think he will either, because scandal or not, you cannot argue with the freaking success. I mean, you just can't. So
yeah, but a lot of that success is tied to Brady too,
and he's a prick anyway. So it's anyway. I will not use my usual Belichick phrase because I want to get us even further demonetized or kicked off altogether. But F you, Belichick. They're very good. Anyway,
who are the competitors for the War Games match in '97?
That's all you.
Well, it was the Horsemen and the NWO. It was Flair, Kurt Hennig for the Horsemen, even though he turned. I believe Mongo and Benoit.
And the NWO team?
The NWO team, Conan 6, Brian Adams. That one might be that one's wrong because he was still in WWE. I can't remember the other two NWO guys, but I know they were like lower level. It wasn't like Hall, Nash, any of them.
I mean, it was Nash for one thing. It was Nash, 6, Bagwell. There you go, Bagwell. There you go. Yep. It was Nash, Bagwell, Waltman, and Conan.
Okay. For some reason, I didn't think like the original 3 were in it.
Well,
I haven't sat down and watched the '97 War Games match in a long time.
Well, you have to keep in mind all the NWO members that were part of the parody was why they're in the cage with the Horsemen.
Yeah,
because Flair went out there. I want the big man. I want Conan. I want Bagwell, and I want 6. Anyway,
there you go. If you asked me '96, I could have told you the order they entered because I've watched that match a bunch.
Right, I can do that too with that one, which is ridiculous. But I like the last question. If you want to use it as the last question, so we can get on to
this one
or whatever.
Is it this one good?
Well, no, that one's good too. I mean the one at the very end. But go ahead and ask that one.
Okay. Cool Brothers Radio Podcast. Got a huge question. If wrestling copied the NFL and had every roster have a salary cap, what wrestlers would switch places between Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AEW in terms of salary cap hits? So
that's a long question.
Yeah, it is a long question. I mean, that might be like an episode dedicated to that in itself. I need to do at some point some like special episodes diving deep into some of these questions, especially like draft stuff and like booking fantasy rosters and whatever.
We should. That'd be pretty fun.
We should. We should do that. Like we should do like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or WWE, NXT, and AEW, or something along those lines. And then each of us take a brand and go from there.
Yep.
But you figured like the heavy hitters, like the main eventers, would be the ones that would hit the salary cap, and the ones that you would try and have to negotiate down. Guys like Roman Reigns, guys like Seth Rollins, John Cena whenever he shows up, Brock Lesnar,
that's
for AEW, it'd be Kenny Omega, it would be Chris Jericho,
Cody,
the Bucks. For the women, it would be Sasha Banks, it would be Charlotte Flair, it would be Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa. Like, although maybe not as much Thunder Rosa because she might be like, I like Thunder Rosa, don't get me wrong, but she hasn't been AEW Women's Champion yet, and that might hurt her stock.
No, but her stock is ever on the rise. It has not peaked at all yet.
You figure Thunder Rosa is going to have to be the one to beat Britt.
Well, I was asking you guys about Britt because you mentioned Britt in your but you guys have both been a part of a Dynamite or a Rampage, whatever it was that Britt came out to. I've now been a part of it, man. That crowd loves her, and they love their Jericho sing along. Man, those two, she's for real. Britt is for real. Like she is over like friggin' Rover.
Yeah, she is.
We might be a little biased because she was in Pittsburgh. Okay, last
Well,
question.
but I even told her.
We're cutting into Dynamite, so I want to.
Well, I'll do it real quick. I even told her when I went and met her, I said, you are to this day the only person that actually had me considering buying a Pittsburgh Steelers colored anything with your Titletown towel. She goes, right on. Yeah, high five.
Yeah, there it is. Pittsburgh. Mine's up in the living room.
If it had them on the ship, I'd have bought a case of them. Like, that's how awesome I think Britt Baker is. For real.
Yeah. All right. Is it the Jericho question that you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Marshall Leonard says, who's Chris Jericho's final match going to be against when he finally does hang up the boots? Because all wrestling greats end up retiring. Mm-hmm. Will Jericho get a goodbye similar to The Undertaker?
Obviously, yeah, he's going to have one final match, but who? I don't know. Who? You know what? Just for the sake of it, have it against Adam Page. He had his first match with Adam Page in AEW in the finals for the world title. Because I'm sure Adam Page is going to beat Kenny Omega here come full gear. Yeah. Whether he has the title or not when Jericho retires, but still have Jericho face Omega or Hangman Adam Page as his final match in AEW.
And that's if his final match in AEW. He may
go back to WWE.
He may not. It's right. I mean, I saw him for 4 days. He's having the time of his friggin' life right now. So I don't know if he'll want to go back to WWE, to be honest with you.
Oh, no, I wouldn't either.
He might do like a retirement tour in WWE, like when he's finally ready, because you figure he was with WWE on and off for damn near 20 years. So it's a major part of his life. Yeah, AEW is doing good for him now, but like he'll want that big, massive send-off.
But if he does go back, it has to be on his terms and what he wants to do, and not have Vince in his
crying out loud, he did freaking Broken Skull sessions, so clearly it's not that bad.
No, it's not. Yeah, Vince are on good terms. They're on good terms.
Yeah,
but it's how he wants to, ride into the sunset with WWE.
Yeah. All right. That is going to be the last question. We are cutting into Dynamite. So we are going to see you guys next week for my birthday week stream. Yay! And of course, Wrestling Trivia Challenge, the tournament comes back next Thursday, 6:00 Eastern, with Chris LaBelle going one-on-one with Tempest. That's going to be a good match. So many good matches I'm looking forward to. I'm so excited about this tournament. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys enjoy everything. I got to get to editing so I can get the new intro and the rules done. And we will see you guys next week right here on the Greg Cherry Show.
Peace.
No video exit because, hey, it's a cluster. Good night, everybody.